Welcome back. Sean Bloomgren here, bringing you your Monday morning alert video series from Boone, Iowa, and Bloomgren Seed. I'm excited to be back with you. What a difference a year makes. A year ago, we had delivered a lot of corn. We had some corn in the ground by today, and a lot of guys were thinking about finishing up corn and switching to beans. Not the case today on Friday, the 26th of April. Bringing you a special video today, a little bit ahead of the traditional Monday video, to talk through some thoughts on this weekend. We've got a lot of guys that are anxious to get in the field, and rightfully so. We want to talk through a couple issues, give you an update on where we're at. Our soil conditions today, we've got roughly 42-degree 4-inch soil temp. I think that's going to rise probably pretty quickly this weekend with the forecast, but keep in mind our soil temp's only in the 40s, and that's something to be considered, especially with the moisture that's in the soil. Secondly, a thought process we have to keep in mind is the concern around compaction. So I'm out in a bean field this morning, but I've been in cornfields as well, and you can drive almost anywhere. My pickup did just fine pulling out here. My concern is really more about what happens when we start running heavy equipment across this ground. As you can see from what I've dug up, you get much below that initial crust, and we get into some soil that can compress down pretty hard. I want to be careful of that, especially early on here. I know we're all anxious, but we have to think about what are we trying to accomplish with these plants we're putting in the ground. Last year we saw a lot of corn go into less than ideal conditions, and we really pushed and stressed our root system, and then that was compounded by the lack of water that we had. So I'm certainly not telling you to not go out and do any work this weekend. What I'm telling you is make sure you use a spade, make sure you know what's happening down there at that 8, 10, and 12-inch level, so we're not making ourselves a problem for later in the year. We don't need and we don't have time to put these plants under more stress than they need to be. The root system is going to be a critical part this season, especially because we don't know what this weather pattern's doing. The rain we've got has been critical, but we certainly haven't made up for what we were behind coming into last year. Finally, I want to cover a question that I've been asked a couple times, and that's hybrid maturities. A few people have asked, how long until we switch hybrid maturities. We're a long ways off from that, folks. We've laid a lot of really good plans. We've got a lot of really good products placed in the right places, and we need to stick with those plans. If we haven't planted our corn by May 20th, we will revisit those conversations. We'll start to think through, should we be thinking differently? But today we've got optimum time to plant corn. Looks like the weather's finally going to be in our favor for a while, so let's go out and get it done. Let's keep in mind compaction. Let's make sure we're putting our corn into ground where it has a high likelihood to succeed. So again, folks, have a great weekend. I hope we get some stuff done this weekend. Please be safe, and thank you for being the best part of Bloomgren Seed.